Hello, I'm back. Wow, that has been a long time. The last video was the house video. I think that was almost 2 months ago. That's nuts. By the way, house is looking sick, right? Fab looking sick?
It's looking very sick.
Fab's lurking right behind the camera, which is actually quite off-putting, and he's waving his little weird, what is that, a gizmo, Osmo? I have been getting inundated with comments and DMs and questions, basically along the lines of, what the f are you doing? Like, where have you been for the last 2 months? Which is fair, like, you know, people asking me, am I quitting YouTube? Again, fair, because for some context, in case you're newer to my channel, I've uploaded at least one video every single week without fail for 11 years, mate. 11 years, like, that's quite a long time. That's like a third of my life, so. Yeah, obviously having the gap is like, it feels very weird. This feels very weird doing this now. For, I want to say 7, 8 years that time, YouTube was like a full-time job. Like, that's literally all I did. I was like, I obsessed over it. I literally devoted my entire, you know, all of my waking hours to thinking, how can I be a better YouTuber? How can I grow my channel? And like, it worked, right? But what basically happened was, to try and not make this sound like some kind of like, you know, weird, awkward, like,
sad music.
Yeah, emotional, like, confession video. So when I started YouTube, I worked at a school, right? And then I became a teacher, and YouTube, I mean, YouTube is hard to do alongside teaching. Those things are like pretty much like, you know, polar opposites in terms of suitability. YouTube, like, I made YouTube videos for like 4 years, literally did not earn a penny. Like, for the last, you know, for years, like 3 and 4 of my YouTube channel, it was like, I was putting, you know, 20, 30 hours a week into like filming and editing videos. Now, admittedly, those videos were terrible. Like, you can go and watch my first videos. My beginner circuit training was my first video. Go and watch my first few videos. They are literally the worst videos I've ever seen, but I've never deleted those early videos because I think it's really cool. Like, when I first started, I used to watch other YouTubers. I used to go on the channel, bigger YouTubers, and I'd go like sort by earliest, and I'd watch their first videos. And if they were rubbish, that was like very motivating because I thought, if they started out rubbish and they're now like, it's their job, like, that's sick, it means I can do it, so I want to hopefully serve that same purpose as someone else. You can look at my first videos and think, oh my God, Matt used to suck really bad, and now he's literally probably the best person on the planet. So it's a good motivating tool, I think. Anyway, point being, I did YouTube for 4 or 5 years, and it was a hobby. I loved doing it. I did it because I quit athletics. I had a massive gaping hole in my life, and YouTube filled that hole. I did it all the time. It was very inconvenient at times because I had a full-time job. I had a baby, I had a mortgage and other, you know, I was training as a powerlifter, competing. So it was very, very hard, but I loved it. I enjoyed it, and any spare minute I got, I would be editing videos. I'd be editing videos till like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, like, consistently. And it worked, right? Because after 4 or 5 years of literally killing myself on YouTube, I finally got some traction and my channel started to grow, and at that point I could quit my job as a teacher and I became a legit full-time YouTuber, right? Now, inevitably, what happens when, you know, something goes from a hobby to your literal job and your income, you know, that is the source of your income, your feelings about it are always, you know, at some point they're going to change, right? Because it is, you suddenly have a bit of pressure, right? Or not even that, it's like when I quit school and I started being a YouTuber, it was like, right, now I'm actually a YouTuber. I'm no longer a teacher, I am a YouTuber. That's my job title, right? So with that comes, yeah, a bit of pressure because you have to do it, basically. What you're saying by saying I'm a YouTuber is that this is what I'm going to do every day, right? And when you have that, even footballers, like Premier League footballers, some of those don't like their job, right? Because as mad as that seems, because it's a sick job, anything after a while, when you have to do it, it's not as fun. Still, I quit school and it was sick, right? Like, that was the best decision I ever made in terms of, like, from a career standpoint, because school was great, but it wasn't great. School was good, but YouTube, like, being able to do it full time, like, opened up so many doors. Like, my channel just continued to explode. Everything went really well. But like, I want to say 2 years ago or so probably like 8 to 9 years into YouTube, I had a couple of years of like my channel blowing up. Like, I was literally, every video was a banger. Every single video would get 1 million views in like a few days. That was every single video. Like, I was like one of the biggest fitness YouTubers in the world for like, I mean, I probably technically still am, right? I'm gonna say I still am. But anyway, the point is, things were going really well, right? But to do that, like, behind the scenes, and it's hard to appreciate, I understand this, it sounds pathetic. It's hard, mate, it's hard. Like, if you look at any big YouTuber now, any big, you know, like, creative kind of job-based person, behind the scenes, it's stressful because if your job is like objective in the sense that if you work in a factory and you have to make 100 boxes, right, and a box takes you a minute to make, you know, in 100 minutes, give or take, you're gonna make those boxes, right? When your job is like, think of an idea, you can't make your brain do that. So sometimes you think of an idea in 5 seconds and you feel great. Other times, you'd spend like a week thinking of an idea and you wouldn't have one. Do you know what I mean? So
I think as well, like as you went further on, you'd like made all the videos there were to make.
yeah, that's very true. That is a good point. So what? It's a combination of, I guess, a bit of like burnout. Like I tried so hard, like literally spent hours and hours, like huge numbers of hours, like just on that one thing, obsessing over YouTube. And then the pressure gets more and more because when you're getting, you know, 1 million, 2 million, every video has to be so, you know, you have to analyze every single like second of every video. The titles have to be good, the thumbnails have to be good, the concepts have to be good. But then, like it says there, because I've already made at this point, you know, 1,000 videos, you start running out of videos. Then you're like, well, I need to make a video along these lines because it's going to perform well, but I've already done all of these. Basically, I was making videos because they would perform well, not because I wanted to make them. And it's fine, like it's unrealistic to say, you know, if you want to be successful in any walk of life, it's never going to be like perfect, easy, everything you want. There's always going to be elements you have to compromise and things you have to sacrifice, you know, your morals to an extent, right? But it has to be to an extent because I remember this like sticks in my memory. I remember making only eating pink food for 24 hours. Like, I remember doing that video and just the whole time literally being like, what is this? Like, I knew the video would do well, right? But I don't want to eat pink food for 24 hours, do you know what I mean? I don't want to do that. And I basically backed myself into a corner where all my videos had to be either some kind of like fitnessy kind of challenge or some kind of like food, you know, eating a crazy number of calories. My timeline went from love YouTube, best thing ever, was upset, like, you know, it was my passion. I did it for no money, literally for no money. Then it was like, this is cool, but now I've got to try harder because like this is my job now and I want to keep growing. And then it was like, oh, this is not really fun anymore, but it's fine, I'll keep doing it. You know, there are far worse jobs out there. And then, like I said, the last couple of years, I basically not only stopped liking it, I started to dislike YouTube. And it got to the point where, you know, like when you have a job, I remember like I used to work in Bannatynes, that job sucked, right? I remember on a Sunday evening before my like Monday early shift, I literally would feel sick, that feeling, you know, where you're dreading going to work. Like, I started to get that feeling sometimes. And that's obviously, you know, again, sometimes you've got to suck it up and do it, but ideally, that shouldn't be what your job's like, right? And that coincided with building this house because for the first time in a few years, I suddenly had the pressure of like, I've got to make lots and lots of money because this house is very expensive, like a lot more than it should have been, a lot longer than it should have been. Basically, I had that pressure of having to make money, and so I couldn't stop YouTube. In an ideal world, I should have had a break, but I didn't. Like I said, I didn't miss, I posted a video every single Sunday for 10 years. I missed one Sunday, I think, when Luca was born. That was it. Beyond that, I made a video every single week. And like I said, a lot of those weeks it was like 2, 3, 4. At times I was doing 5 videos a week. Granted, some of them were terrible. They were terrible, but I still made the videos. I still sat there for hours editing those videos, right? So me and Fab the other day watched back some of my videos, like it's kind of cool watching it because it's like a solid contrast, but at the same time, I cringe very heavily watching those videos.
What's going on, everybody?
Basically, that's what happened with YouTube. And then this like amazing piece of, you know, timing, fortune happened whereby I became a gladiator, right? I'm now a literal gladiator, if you were somehow unaware. If you've been living under a rock. In fact, the other day I filled out, it was a contract with like a social media company about something and I had to put a job title and I just put gladiator, and that's pretty sick because that is literally factually accurate. Anyway, the house was finished. We're in the house now. They're still doing the garden and the drive. But next video, I'll give you like an update. I'll show you that stuff. But still doing the garden and the pool and the drive. But the house is done. We're living in the house. It's the maddest, best, most surreal thing ever. That's finished. So that big drain on like money is no longer there, right? On top of that, I've done gladiator, so I'm just chilling being a gladiator. So the combination of those two things and the fact that I had that feeling about YouTube, I just desperately needed a break from YouTube. So that's basically what I've done. We filmed the house video in like right at the start of the year, right, like beginning of January. Yeah. Even before that, we hadn't filmed for like a few weeks. So I've literally filmed one video in over 2 months, maybe close to 3 months, which is, like I said, is nuts. Like it's been 11 years, you know, since I did that. Already, I feel so much better about it. Like now, if I think about making a YouTube video, some of them like that excites me, whereas I haven't had that feeling for like 2 years. So that definitely has helped. What is the plan moving forward, right? The plan is, I am not quitting YouTube. Like, I don't think I'll ever quit YouTube. Like, when you've spent as long as I have doing something, like I've literally devoted almost pretty much a third of my life to doing this. So I don't think I'll ever stop YouTube. I'll always do it in some capacity. My plan is basically just to go for a quality over quantity approach, rather than just busting out videos and forcing them out. If there's not a good video to make, I'm not gonna make a video. But if we have a good video, if a video presents itself, if someone wants to make a video with me and they're a sick, cool person, if Fab has a good idea, once every 6 months, if Fab has a good idea for a video, and it's there, then we will take that video and we'll make it. But no, I'm not quitting YouTube, but also I'm not gonna be posting, every few days, every week. It will be a little bit more sporadic, but when the videos come, they'll be good. Crucially, there'll be videos I want.
Videos have not been good.
They've been really bad. You'll notice this. This is actually the irony, the frustration, not a frustration, because things have been great, but you look at my videos over the last, 6 to 9 months. How long have we been? Yeah, 6 to 9 months. The quality of my videos is like ridiculously, it's improved drastically. Like, Fab's edits and videography is insane. Everything else he brings to the party is insane. So I kind of wish if Fab had been my videographer when I first blew up, like whatever it was.
No, I didn't break
If Fab had been my videographer, like 4 or 5 years ago, I genuinely think I'd be on like 5 million subscribers now, because it would have been next level. But even so, things went great, everything's good, right? Kind of feel bad for Fab because he came in at the time when he was like, let's go, come on, woo! And then I'm obviously like dragging myself around trying to make videos. But yeah, that is basically that. I just felt like I said, I felt like I owed you guys some kind of explanation. So now it's not weird and awkward that I'm not making a video. I've explained why I'm not making videos. Now that I've had that break, like I said, I feel way better. I feel way more like ready to do more stuff. Anything else, Fab? Anything else I need to talk about?
I was just gonna say, we will make some bangers this year.
Yeah, we've got a few, already we've got a couple. One video in particular that's gonna be absolutely wild. I think, whereas previously, again, partly because I was making videos so regularly, I was very hesitant to make longer term videos that span over a month or so. I was like, well, I can't justify that much work for one video. Now, I kind of can. We've got a couple of videos that are bigger projects that will be really cool that I'm excited for. But yeah, that is the video. I hope that was a satisfying explanation. If it wasn't, unlucky, because that is the explanation, that's all I've got there. Comment stuff you would like to see me do. Comment about how I'm literally the best gladiator by a million miles and I'm just taking over the world. And yeah, see you later. See you in 6 months.